welcome back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 speed build. And so today I bring you a base game only Victorian mansion, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home here in Willow Creek on a 30 by 20 lot. And to give you a bit of a context on where it is at, is actually where the Goth family resides. And honestly, I kind of like the look and feel of this area, so I thought, why not build something kind of newish but not newish and go along with it? Because honestly, when I was building this house, I went into the game and I started building to think of what I could do. And so since this general area where this house is like sitting, it's more of a historical Victorian area. So I wanted to make sure that this house had a good history to it, with the exterior, but also the interior as well, but with a little bit of a updated look on the inside, if that makes any sense. Because the way I'm making my save file is that I want to have a set of historians, I guess not historians, more so like a long history of Sims that used to live here and now are gone, but also be able to kind of expand onto the story of who used to live here and who is now living here. There are a few Sims that are actually still living here that have been around since the 1800s, and I would kind of consider Willow Creek an 1800, 1700 type of town where there was not really a lot of electricity, and as times went on, new things popped up, new stores, new houses, new families, all the above, and making sure I kind of keep the historical, I guess, backstory, look, architecture. I don't know. I think of new ideas here and there, and I try to make sense when it comes to backstories, but trust me, when it comes to the backstories, I really do to try my best to make sense to the best of my ability and do quote unquote some research, but I just kind of go with the flow and just ramble on for like 10-20 minutes or so. And the Sims are going to be living here since there's only 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I did actually include 2 bunk beds, so 1 loft bed, and then with another loft bed, but with a toddler bed under it. So technically, I guess 2 teens, maybe 2 kids and a toddler, and then the parents can live here. So a set of family of 5 Sims could live here, which is really nice, kind of spacious, very good. And honestly, you can like remodel any of the rooms however you would like to once you download them. And I think I'll probably be able to make a creative sim video with the new updates that we'll be getting, like the likes and dislikes, along with, you know, the new hair swatches, and seeing what I can do to experiment with the family and how they look and what they dress like and how they kind of represent themselves, especially with like their jobs and their skills and all that stuff. And I want to do that for you all, because you all seem to love my backstories that I tell, and I enjoy storytelling a lot, and I want to be able to bring them to life. And if you haven't seen my other speed builds that I've done in the past, that I've kind of mentioned my save file, there have been a bits here and there of history. There is one family that actually has 6 or 7 generations. I kind of haven't figured out how big I want the family to be, but 6 or 7 generations, like already deep in. There's only 3 of them that are living. The rest of them are dead. And so the way I'm going to make this work, to give you context, is that I'm going to have to recreate all these Sims and then create their like siblings, their aunts, their uncles, all that stuff, and then kill off like 3 of the generations and then have the rest of the 3 like or 4 living somewhere in Willow Creek or in the different towns. And I'm going to try and keep myself restricted to part 1 of the towns, like Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, and Newcrest. And if there's like a longevity of a Sims generation that extends to other worlds that you don't have, I will try and see if I can like do that. Because in my mind, when Sims tend to age and go somewhere different and want to have like a new career or a new area to live in, I change their backstory a little bit to kind of fit the present time of what I'm working on. So if they, like for instance, if a Sim named Jeffrey Preston, I don't know, that could be a name. I already actually have a name in mind. Jeffrey Preston lived in Willow Creek on a 30 by 20 lot in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, had a good life. He was a carpenter, or more of a landscaper, interior designer, who worked for so many years, and he is now retired, but wants to be able to downsize a little bit more to go to a different town and see what he could do for that town for himself and maybe for his kids too, or his grandkids. He's around like 60 years old. Not really, not a lot going on in his life. His wife passed away, and he wants to be able to kind of not remember the times. Well, he wants to remember the times, but he doesn't want to have like those sad moments that he used to have when he used to live in Willow Creek. So he wants to move over into Brindlin Bay. And so if he lived in Willow Creek first, when you download the first part of the save file, and then he ends up living in Brindlin Bay, that's what happens. And so that's why that house is empty. But I don't know. You honestly can do whatever you want with the save file. At the end of the day, it's yours once you download it. Technically, it's mine, but you can play how you want. But I'll probably do that for my own story because I'm just crazy like that. But I have so many ideas. I'm just so excited to be able to just share my love of The Sims 4 and the love of backstories and just chaotic gameplay. Because let me tell you, when you have like 6 or 7 generations like of Sims already like living and doing their own thing, there's bound to be some cray-crayness up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool. Anyway, but overall, I'm not really sure who's going to live here in this house, but I will definitely make a Create a Sim video somewhere down the line explaining the backstory of these Sims and why they live here. So you'll see that in the next couple of days or so, because I've been trying to pre-record a little bit more on my own free time to stay ahead on the upload schedule. And hopefully you all have been enjoying the videos that I've been posting. I know I posted like a tutorial video in The Sims 2, and I know I built something else in The Sims 3. I've done a lot of things, and it's been so much fun to be able just to create and have fun just doing whatever. And this is what I love doing. This is literally my job, and it's the best job I've ever had. And so I'm so grateful for you all to like enjoy my videos, and it means a lot that you still watch them. Even though when I get a little bit crazy and make no sense in videos and the direction of the video makes no sense, you still enjoy it, which is actually kind of refreshing. So I was having a little of a hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to do for this entire interior. And even though I wanted to keep it very historical and kind of in the present time, but keeping the history that it used to have back in the 1800s, kind of, sort of, not really, I was very restricted on all the items that I could and could not use. And of course, this entire build is completely base game. And so with base game, you're limited on a lot of things. Like I was so tempted to use like Seasons or Parenthood or I don't know, City Living. Like there were so many other packs that I could use to make this house so good. But I think I did it justice, especially with the debug and everything. And if you didn't see my previous video that I uploaded a couple days ago, debug saves lives. I made a tiny house with only having 4,000 simoleons as my budget, and I made it work with using debug. And so I will probably be doing a debug only house because debug is great, but it's a lot, but it's great. So trust me, watch the video. You'll thank me later. And honestly, I'm just pretty proud of what I've been doing lately thus far and what we've all been doing actually. And by the time you're watching this video, I believe we actually raised over $6,000 for St. Jude, which is so wild to me. Like my brain is like all over the place because throughout the entire month of May, I've been doing a charity fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And last year we raised over $4,000, and now this year we have raised over $6,000, $2,000 more than last year. And it's blown me away on how much good has been happening in the world for like charity. And for the kids of St. Jude, they deserve a second chance at life. And when I'm able to use my platform for good and raise awareness for something like, you know, St. Jude, it means a lot to me that we can do so much good for a whole month and seeing what we can do and impact people's lives in a very good way. And it means a lot to me that charity does so much good. You have no idea. Like, some people still think that, you know, you have to donate actual money to, I don't know, raise awareness for a charity. Not really. The best way to do to promote or raise awareness for a charity is, sharing the link to your friends and family, word of mouth, just being there in a stream or watching a video or whatever it is. It's like you don't know, you don't realize how much good and how much of an impact you make by just watching a single video or staying in someone's stream or sharing the link to your friends and family. That does so much good. And it kind of relates to this family that I'm now thinking of in my head, that this family is a very charitable family. They've done so much good out in the world. Like, the No Sims Left Behind, Education for All, equal tax or equal pay for all Sims. Like, they have done so much good for the town of Willow Creek that they are I guess, legacy family that has been around since the 1800s. They have actually been around since the 1800s, late-ish, mid 1800s is how I would put it. And so yeah, Jeffrey Preston still lives till this day. He's only 89 years old. 89 years old, has 4 kids and 3 grandkids. And so honestly, Jeffrey Preston is doing great for himself. He does not live in this house at all, but one of his kids lives here, and his one kid actually literally has 3 kids and is still married. So you'll be seeing like a Create a Sim video and a little bit more of a sneak peek into the family of the Preston legacy family. And not after, Nathan, oh, that's Prescott, never mind. I was thinking of Life is Strange, like, wait, hold up, Prescott, never mind. But the Preston family, they're a very prestige, kind-hearted, charitable family that does anything and everything to be the best that they can and inspire other people around the world, that you do not have to like give actual money to do good in the world. Like, talking about it to your friends, sharing links to your friends and family, raising awareness on social media does so much good for free, actually. And so one of the Sims that actually live here is going to be having a nice little like side business of social media where they use their platform for good to make videos and live stream and do little like, sign in movie theater autographs and whatnot. I will be tying in a little bit more of Get Together and City Living and some of Get Famous as well into the mix, even though the houses themselves will be like primarily base game. The Sims might not be, and so you'll be able to kind of have a little bit more extra personality to your Sims where they're just not base game only Sims, because it's kind of boring and they don't really have a set like foundation if I'm only restricted to one pack. And I want to be able to use all the packs that I have and go full head on with my full creativity with everything that I can do in the fiber of my being. Because personally, I believe that if you are a person that likes to create stories for the sake of stories, but you want to make a very good impact on those stories for that Sim for the long run, then I feel like you should use other packs. But that's just like personally like my general idea. But yeah, the Prestons, they're 3 generations deep, and it's so great to see how their lives are truly living. And this is actually where the teenager is going to live. So I decided that the Preston family, one of his kids, Jeffrey Preston, one of his kids has 3 kids, a toddler, a child, and a teen. So teen, kid, toddler. And they're going to be pregnant with a 4th baby, but I did not include a crib of whatsoever in this house at all, because I feel like it's not needed just yet. So I will definitely determine that. I might make the Sim pregnant, but won't have them show or like have you all know if they're pregnant or not. Because I remember in The Sims 2, Brandy Broke, we had no idea she was pregnant until it actually happened. So I think it'd be kind of fun to kind of have a bit of a surprise in there for you all to see, and definitely kind of like understand like, oh, this Sim is pregnant. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. Like, all those little details that you may have missed from like the earlier Sims games that you probably haven't played because you were too young or you weren't born or you just didn't know. I think just having those sprinkle-ins of bits and bobs will make the save file more interesting, at least for me as a storyteller and a game player. Like, I love gameplay so much that I need a somewhat of a backstory to like continue to play that family for the long run, for at least, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 10 generations or more. Like, I have one save file that is actually still running by itself when I'm playing it here and there. I don't play it that often, but when I play it, that family is called the De Lusto family. They're an Italian/German family that I've been playing it off camera for like the past, I don't know how many years. Ever since we got Dine Out, that's how long I've been playing that save, since Dine Out. And so personally, I think we're at like generation 5 right now, and I haven't done an update on that family in literally 84 years. I think 3 years it's been since I've last updated you all on, and I might update you all again if I play a little bit more, but I probably won't, just because it's long gone, and my love to record that family is no longer like exciting, but I enjoy playing them off camera. So I'm not going to record anything, but you will, see some stuff here and there. But I personally enjoy it, all that jazz. But I don't know. I just love talking. I love storytelling. I love all things, all of the above. But hopefully you all enjoyed today's video as much as I did. Hopefully you are excited about the Preston family and what is going to become of Jeffrey Preston and his legacy. And yeah, but make sure you go check out all links down below in the description. You can go ahead and download this house off of the gallery under the hashtag SpringSims, or my origin ID is SpringSims as well. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!